the ultimate car accident.
Plus, how to turn a fashion miss into a fashion hit.
It's still sexy, but it's subtle, and that's key.
That's Tuesday on The Other Half.
We've been talking about serial monogamy with psychotherapist Suzanne Lopez and serial monogamous Cheryl and Petra. So, Suzanne, how many marriages should one person have in a
Over
lifetime?
60 years ago, Margaret Mead, who is a revered social psychologist, made a prediction. She said we would have a series of monogamous relationships over the course of our life. The first would be for sex, to experiment sexually. The second would be to raise our families. The third would be to creatively express our lives out into the world with business or whatever our gift was. And the last would be to create a deeper spiritual union with someone. What we're seeing now is that a prediction is not only true, but that we're even having more relationships than that.
So you're saying these are not failed relationships? Then?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That as we grow and we evolve, we learn things, and we learn more about ourselves, we learn more about the opposite sex. And the person that we want to have wild, you were talking about sex in public earlier, and Mari was saying, oh, it's erotic and it's fun. That person may not be the person we want to be the father of our children and the provider for our family.
Right, but I will tell you that you have a very valid point, but I cannot think of any worse scenario for me than not being able to become everything I am going to become with my one wife, Gretchen.
Yes.
That's all I want.
And I think that everybody wants that, Danny, and the reality is that sometimes that happens and often it does not. That she may have a different idea, and after 25 years, she may be going this way and you're going that way.
Suzanne, let me dig into Petra here. You had these 2 4-year relationships. Why do you think that happened? Why didn't it last longer? Why didn't you find one guy?
I think I changed, and I think he changed. I mean, we were in our 20s then, and I think now I know myself better, and I think the person I would meet would know themselves better, and hopefully it would work.
Now, Cheryl, you actually tip guys off. Do you tell them? What do you say?
Absolutely. I'm a real straightforward, upfront kind of gal. And
what do you say?
Well, after I have my shtick that I say, I'm like, look, I've been married and divorced twice. I have 2 great kids. I've got my own money, my own power, my own success. I can't, be with someone just for sex because, I mean, you're a woman. You can get sex anywhere. Children. Right?
Let me after you give this speech over dinner and wine and the candlelight, does the guy get up and split immediately?
You know what? Most of them, they're like, God, you're like a guy's dream because most women, they need to marry for security or they need to marry for children because they've got the biological clock ticking. I want to be with someone simply because I enjoy their company and I love being with them. And it lasts as long as it lasts.
It sounds to me like you plan ahead. Go ahead. It sounds like to me that you plan ahead for not enjoying their company anymore.
No. That's totally not true. I just don't believe that relationships are meant to be forever. And I think as long as you go into that, realizing that, because a lot of times women base their entire involvement on the man, and when the relationship breaks up, they feel like they've lost a part of themselves.
Susan, cap it off for me as briefly as possible. Is there a way to know if this sort of thing is good for everybody?
I think that if you look at the real world, Dick, it's what's happening. Whether it's good or bad is what you're going to make of it. And what can you learn, and can you go in hoping that this is going to be the relationship that's going to last forever, and being honest enough with yourself and with your partner that if it's not, to lovingly release them and move on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you very much. Hey, we got another show. Don't go anyplace.
I wish I'd known it.
Coming up, they're 2 moms and their daughters think they're pretty special. Find out why as we give them fantastic Mother's Day names.